Well, happy Saturday, everybody. It is hot, it is humid, and of course I waited till it was hot and humid to get back on the boat project. Now, earlier this morning I didn't put any of it on video, but I pulled the boat out. When we last left off, I was cleaning out the trash underneath the back end back there. I took the water hose and sprayed all the dirt under there. Got all that dirt out of there. Got it cleaned up pretty much. Now I'm going to reinstall the front live well. Now this thing is huge. The front live well is absolutely huge. But that's what it is, and that's the way it came, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to fasten it down solid just yet. That'll come later. But I've got my inlet hose. It's going to go on here like this. If I can get it on there. I may have to heat it just a little bit to get it to slide on there. Anyway, I'm going to hook up the inlet and the drain in the front, then I'll reconnect everything to the back. And we'll see a little bit more about that later. I don't want to bore you with going through the whole process, because I will probably get mad and say some very unkind words. So let me get my heat gun out and I'll show it to you when I get done. Now, very difficult to see under there, but front live well is plumbed and in position. There's the drain pipe. The water pipe goes to here. I don't have enough room under here. You can't see under there really, but there's a T right there where both drains connect together and go out to the back drain. The water inlet is same thing. There's a T there, and it will connect to the pump when I put the pump in. Got me an extra long piece of tubing left over to make sure I get it in the right place. Now, a lot of people don't use live wells. A lot of people don't like to use them. Hang on, let me get this tripod. I got the big tripod out and I can't manage the thing. What I like them for is one of the two, which this boat will probably be the front one. When I catfish with live bait, or even crappie fish, or anything I use live bait for, one will be for keeping bait alive. Now, catfishing here, we can use bluegill, live bluegill, on a pole. You catch the bluegill, you use him on a pole, that's legal. Cannot put them on bush hooks or trot lines or anything like that legally, which I do not do. If it's not legal, I don't do it. There's absolutely no sense, in my opinion, of skirting the law, because you're not going to get away with it if they catch you. Now, just like a fish is, if he's supposed to be 12 inches, if he's 11 and a half, he goes back. That fish is not worth the fine, and it's not worth possibly losing everything you got, your boat, truck, fishing gear. They can do that, and they have done that. And really, I don't blame them. I mean, that's the law is the law. Whether we agree with it or not, we have to abide by it. So, enough about that. And also on a live well, two people fishing in the boat, I can catch my fish up here, somebody can catch their fish back there, and at the end of the day, we know who caught the most, which is always going to be me. Nope, not always, but you can have your friendly competitions, that kind of thing. And two, if so I catch a big bluegill or big crappie or one catfish, whatever, and that's all I catch for the day. Alright, and I don't want to clean one fish or two fish or whatever. that fish is very healthy, very alive in that live well. I can take him out and put him back at the end of the day if I want to. So that's why I use live wells. Can also cut the water off on that valve there. You just turn it off, and you can use it for a cooler or a dry storage or whatever. But that's why I like live wells. I like for them to be there, whether I use them or not. So the next step, I think what I'm going to do, I've got the flotation foam cut to a rough size, but I don't have enough spray foam to mount it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a template for the floor, for the main floor. That's why all this cardboard you see piled up over here, that's what that's for. I'm going to make me a template, and as long as it don't rain on me, it's supposed to rain here in a minute. Once I get the template made, I'm going to drag out the plywood and prepare to cut out the floor area, the main part of it. Now I've got to be careful, measure very carefully, and because once it goes down, it's down. Alright, I'll show you more progress as I go along, and that's it for now. See you in a few minutes. Alright, I have the main floor cut out. It's going to be another piece because the boat is more than 4 foot wide at the bottom, but all the traffic area is right in here, and I'll show you that when I cut the other piece. But what I'm going to do now, before I put it in there, I've measured 3 times right here. I'm going to put a drain right here in the center, because the console will be over here, and this will be open floor over here. I'm going to put a drain that just dumps right down into the middle, and it'll run out the back if need be. And I'm going to use an old shower drain. Now I've looked up boat drains, $40, $50, $60, $100. This old shower drain looks exactly like what that is, so that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to trace me a hole right here. Okay, now I'm not going to cut the hole that big. Coming in a little bit. Like this, and I'll actually install the drain after the carpet goes in. Something like that, and I'll make sure it fits when I cut it. So the actual cut's going to be this inside hole here. Now I got to get the jigsaw and a drill bit and make me a hole. We'll cut that out. Now I'm not going to use this. I'll probably wind up cutting some of this off with a hacksaw. Take this old caulking off of here, and I'll secure it with a couple of stainless steel screws when I put it in for the final installation, and of course caulk it around there. That way any water that collects in the floor area, it's got somewhere to go. And we're going to do something else to this wood before I put it in there too, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. I don't know what I'm putting that on there for. We don't need that. Oops. And this is another one of those tools that when you need it, you need it. And I don't even know how many years I've had this one, but some of my tools, when I get them out to do something with, I wonder if they'll still work. once I clean off all this junk that was on there, that's going to work just fine. Clean it up just a little bit more. There we go. Now the carpet, the thickness of the carpet, once I clean this off and put some more silicone on it, perfect. Alright, now let me put these tools away before it rains, and I'll get out some more stuff and we'll show you what I'm going to do next. Well, we just got a severe weather alert on the phone. So anyway, now this is pressure treated plywood. Not supposed to rot. Key word, key phrase, not supposed to. Now this stain here, this is Varathane. Now Joseph bought this when he did his wedding arbor, and it was way too dark for what he wanted. So we'd already opened it and used it, so you couldn't take it back. So perfect thing. I'm going to coat it, this entire piece, both sides, with this. One more coat of something on it, not going to hurt it none. And we don't care what it looks like. It's going to be really dark, almost black. Just going to slop it on there heavy and let it soak in like that. Let it soak in dry a little bit, then we will set this one in the boat and measure the next piece. Now the drain, the shower drain thing. Now remember what I always say, don't throw anything away. I kept that old shower drain out of an old shower stall that was in the house years ago, because I knew it would come in handy one day. Now I'm taking my time, I'm being real slow on this, because as I mentioned before, this is probably the last boat I'll ever have. I want it to be right. I want it to be like I want it. And that's that. Alright, let me get this coated down, and it don't look like bad weather, but I don't know. I'll check the radar in a few minutes. I'll let y'all know something here in just a minute. Alright, both sides are coated. Let them sit here a few minutes. I grabbed my phone and took a gander at the radar, and it looks like a thunderstorm or two's coming in. No big deal. All this hype. Every year in the spring we have thunderstorms. Sometimes they get bad. Sometimes there's a tornado or two. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. There are so many YouTube channels out there that preaching doom and gloom. This never happens. This has never happened. It's the grand solar minimum. It's the chemtrails. It's this. It's that. Well, I say, and if you're from the South and you're about my age, when somebody says horse hockey, you know what I mean. It's just weather, folks. It has happened before. It would happen again. So I'm not concerned about it, not a bit. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and I'll set it down in the boat. We'll make sure it fits. Maybe I should have done that before I did all this, but no, it'll fit. I measured enough times, it'll fit. Then we'll cut the front piece if it don't rain. That's all, just rain. Calm down. We need rain. It's been a little dry around here for a week. And I'll see y'all again in just a few minutes. Alright, done with the boat project for today. I got a lot done. What's going on in the road? That girl walks that little boy up and down the road every day, and they just walked out in front of a car. That's what that horn was. Don't get me started. Anyway, both live wells are in, plumbed. The floor is cut and put in. Now I've still got to fasten it down with some screws and do the final sealing. Got some black silicone caulking. Doesn't have to be black, that's just what I happen to have. I've got to put one more coat of oil on the butcher block. Because that coat I put on there, the last coat I put last night, every bit of it soaked in. So I'm going to put one more coat, let it soak in overnight tonight. I wanted to get it delivered today, but I want to make absolutely sure it's sealed up good. So, I hear some thunder to the north and to the west. I guess the grand solar minimum chemtrail thunderstorms that happen every year are on the way. But I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. So never mind, I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. Somebody will get butt hurt and get on me about it, but oh well. Alright, that's what it looks like right now. I'll try to get out tomorrow and do a little bit more. Tomorrow is Sunday, and I pledged a long time ago that I would rest on Sundays, so I just may have to do that. I've got all my orders are caught up for the most part, so if anybody wants something, let me know. Send me an email. I could use a few orders. The trip up to Alabama sort of put me back just a little bit, so I'm always looking for work. So keep that in mind if you want something. I thank y'all for watching. I thank you for your support, and I will see y'all in a day or two.